You're watching KPVM News 46. Weekend Review. With Deanna O'Donnell. And Jason Koblenz.
Welcome to News 46's Weekend Review, your number one source for local news. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Jason Koblenz.
A single vehicle rollover occurred on West Bell Vista. The driver and only occupant of a convertible sports car was taken into custody. Shortly after a single vehicle rollover here on West Bell Vista, the driver was crouching down on the ground in disbelief that he had just totaled his vehicle. He was speaking to Deputy Heather Trumbull about the accident. Nye County Sheriff's deputies arrived on scene along with Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's auxiliary units who blocked traffic in all directions while Nye County Sheriff's deputies were investigating this single vehicle rollover. This rollover was reported by people utilizing the shooting range up here on Bell Vista. They saw the accident occur. It appears that the driver lost control of his vehicle, veering off the roadway, hitting the berm, and then rolling this small sports vehicle. The driver was checked out by Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue medics here on scene. He declined to be transported. However, Deputy Trumbull is taking him into custody, and there will be a blood draw conducted on this driver of this vehicle. We want to remind everybody once again that this is a 4-day weekend for a lot of people. Please be careful out there and do not drink and drive. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
A second accident occurred approximately the same time as the accident on Bell Vista. This one also appears to be caused by an intoxicated driver.
A two-vehicle accident occurred here on Blag near Bell Vista a little after noon today. Apparently, a driver and a gold sedan stopped here at Bonita and Blag at Karma's Saloon to check to see if they were open. Upon finding out that they were in fact closed, they attempted to make a U-turn. That's when they struck a truck that was also in tow with another vehicle. The driver there on scene was mechanically trapped inside the vehicle. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue were able to extricate that driver. Upon further examination, Nye County Sheriff's deputies did find alcohol on the passenger seat of this vehicle, and the driver, they say, appeared to be intoxicated. That driver was transported to Desert View Hospital with injuries sustained in this accident, as well as a blood draw was ordered if in fact to find out if the person was under the influence. Inside the truck and trailer was a man and a small child who were hauling this car down the roadway when they were struck. No one was injured in that vehicle. This is Deanna O'Donnell on Blag and Bell Vista for News 46. And one person is transported locally following a three-vehicle accident on Highway 160 and Irene Street. A three-vehicle rear-end collision occurred yesterday afternoon on Highway 160 and Irene Street. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue arrived on scene along with Nye County Sheriff's deputies and Nevada Highway Patrol to find two vehicles with heavy damage and one pickup truck with light damage to the car. Apparently, the gold sedan struck the white Cadillac. The white Cadillac, in turn, struck this red truck. One person was transported to local facilities. Nye County Sheriff's deputies directed traffic around the accident while Nevada Highway Patrol was investigating. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
A two-vehicle accident blocked traffic temporarily on Pahrump Valley Boulevard.
A two-vehicle accident occurred on Pahrump Valley Boulevard near Honeysuckle Street last night. Two vehicles still in the roadway sustained moderate damage. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's deputies arrived on scene. The road was blocked in both directions while the investigation was being conducted. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue paramedics checked out all occupants on scene. All declined to be transported. Nye County Sheriff's deputies are investigating. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. The Pahrump Town Board made a decision during their meeting in regards to filing an appeal with the Nevada Supreme Court concerning the dissolution of the town board form of government. The Nye County Commissioners put the item on the November ballot, asking the public to vote on the future of the town board to be turned into an advisory board. The transition would not happen until January 1st, 2015. The town filed a lawsuit against the county, stating that the county's decision to place the question on the ballot was unlawful. Judge Robert Lane ruled in favor of the county county, but urged the town to bring the case to the Supreme Court if they disagree. The November ballot question passed by a narrow margin, 7,294 voters in favor to 7,063 voters opposed to the dissolution. The town board member Amy Rich has many times repeated that she has to do the will of the people. She herself said she believes that the appeal should be filed.
First of all, I agree with Ms. Richards that people elected her and Mr. Dolan for a 4-year term and not a 2-year term. Also, Judge Lane recommended or encouraged appeal by either party by stating either side could appeal it up to the Supreme Court and they'll make the final determination of the interpretation of the statute. He also stated if I'm wrong in my analysis and my interpretations are wrong, then the Supreme Court will correct it and clarify it, not only for our county, but for other counties in the future.
Make the motion to authorize an appeal on the final order of judgment in the town lawsuit against Nye County challenging the county's failure to follow the state law in the placement of the question on the November 2012 general election ballot, to appeal it to the Supreme Court and to hopefully have it heard as expeditiously as possible so that the residents and everybody can get on with their lives here.
Comments to make. I feel as a leader we're charged with doing what is in the best interest of the community in the long term. That means having vision and intellect to understand things. I feel very strongly that the majority of this community was ill-informed as to what the town is responsible for. And so I hear it all the time that the town did this and the town did that, and I go, no, it's the county. And these people just don't want to realize that that's, you know, the county is in charge of the things that they're upset with.
Not here to do the will of the people, and for that reason and that reason only, I'm going to vote no.
Any other board comment? I think you changed what you said earlier.
Well, I don't think I was clear. I think I
That's
confused
okay, we didn't
my own
vote.
self.
You don't have to.
I confused my own self.
We have a motion and a second to move forward with this as stated. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed?
No.
We have motion carries 4-1. Mrs. Richards voting no.
And the future of the Pahrump Fall Festival has been decided, well, at least for this year. Many seem happy that the decision was made months in advance instead of just weeks as it has been the past 2 years. The town has graciously decided to take over the event with the help of 28 nonprofit organizations who have stepped up to make sure the festival goes off without a hitch. Last year, volunteers came forward at the last minute after the Paved group decided 3 weeks before the annual event to back out. The year before, Paved announced to a shocked public that the Fall Festival Parade was canceled just days before. Luckily, the people came forward to salvage that event as well.
That night, a young lady came out of the crowd who owns the party store here in town, Lisa Holman, and said, we can do this. I'm going to call every nonprofit I know and let's have a meeting. When can you meet? So I said Thursday night at 6 o'clock at the town office. We had 18 people show up representing 28 nonprofits. After 2 hours of discussing this, Mr. Dolan was there. He was not there as a town board member. He was there representing his wife, who was interested in putting on the rodeo, or at least assisting in putting on the rodeo. After much discussion, it basically came about that the nonprofits were very excited and said that we will supply the labor to take the pressure off the town staff. And we want you to go back to the town board and request that it stay in the hands of the town. And so I put it on the agenda, even though I have permission to go forth, for clarification, transparency, and everybody knows. No ifs, ands, or buts. I want permission from the town board that the town run, operate, and control the 2013 Fall Festival with the assistant. That's the first time I've ever anybody would clap for me. Thank you.
But do it again, just so you can have a good
my thought
To follow up on what Mr. Kohlbarger just said, it was agreed upon in the meeting that night on Thursday that the nonprofits would come together and supply the labor. Nobody's being paid for their services, so it's It was all agreed upon that evening, and there was how many? 28. There was a lot of people there, representing a multitude of nonprofits here and just interested people within the community, because it was one of the stipulations. My wife was ill that night and couldn't go. That's why she sent her gopher to the meeting. Said that if anybody's going to be paid out of this, then she would not do the rodeo. Everybody had to volunteer their time and their labor to this to make it a true community event for everybody.
We'll have much more local news, including the evacuation of the Nye County Commissioners' chambers when we come back from this break.